Two minks are traveling with Luffy to Whole Cake Island to bring back Sanji. This time last year, was this our dream? We always wanted a new Nakama to join the Strawhats, and we believe it to be a mink or a giant from Elbaf. After seeing the cover page for 821, we see both Pedro and Carrot makes us speculate even further on the fact that either one of them or both could be joining the Strawhats. Let's look at both of them individually, starting with Carrot. She does look cute, as we've seen from her brief encounter with Zoro. She has great reflexes and uses Electro like all the other minks. Users of Electro can channel electricity in part of their body to shock anything they touch. All minks appear to be capable of using it, including infants and the elderly, and it seems to be common knowledge for them. This power can also be channeled through weapons. I'm speculating that this weapon comes from a full body of fur, where using Armament Haki focuses into one point and using static electricity. Carrot can jump remarkably high, and by seeing her long legs, it is not surprising. Interaction with the Strawhats, like all other minks, she enjoys nibbling on everything, which is quite funny and quite cute at the same time. The most shocking was when her personality changes all of a sudden when Luffy was eating her carrots. This fact is known that when rabbits are entering their teen years, will get aggressive randomly, but as Luffy showed when he patted her on the head, this fact is also true. But would this joke start to run dry like Brooks' bone jokes, which I like by the way? Despite her warrior status, Carrot seems to be naive and childish, as whenever she hears something interesting like Luffy planning to crush Big Mom's party and ruining the ceremony, she believes it will be fun to take part in it, which only gets her told off that it's not a game. Being on Zou for her entire life before sneaking into the Sunny Go, she did not know how big the world is and was surprised to hear that it would take days to reach Whole Cake Island. She always wanted to see the outside world and pleaded for Pedro not to take her back home immediately, not wanting to be yelled at by Wanda. Carrot wears a claw weapon on her right hand, which is strong enough to trade hits with Zoro's sword and can also channel her Electro through it. In the battle against the Beast Pirates, she was seen with another claw weapon on her left hand. As potential Nakama material, we always wanted the next one to be a female, and Carrot sure is one. Even Sanji would be falling for her. Her sense of adventure shows that she would love to adventure this land of sea, similar to how Shirahoshi would like to if she wasn't so scared. Carrot has an innocence about her, just like Luffy. Would I like her to join? Well, first I thought that a mink joining would not be possible because it would be too similar to Chopper. However, due to Chopper's constant fear, it would be a nice change for a cute species to fight bravely for a change. As a fighter, she also does not cry like Princess Rebecca, so she does fit the bill. On to Pedro of the treetops. He's a jaguar mink and captain of the Guardians. He looks much more dangerous than Carrot, being a carnivorous animal. He is a jaguar, the third largest feline after the tiger and the lion, and the largest in the Americas. As captain of the Guardians, Pedro has command over them through his influence, though his influence is below that of Nekomamushi. He is very stealthy, as Luffy, a Kenbonshoku Haki user, did not sense him hiding in the trees above him. He has a fair amount of durability, as he was able to remain conscious and stand up after being gassed and tortured by Jack, who tortured only the strongest minks warriors. It seems he preferred to stand in the trees and other high places. This can be one of the jokes where the Strawhats are talking to him and all of a sudden he disappears and is on top of the highest place. Pedro is shown to wield a large machete in battle, and due to having broken Zoro wielding sword, would a third one be useful? Of course it would. Pedro has this father figure about him, so he would be telling off the Strawhats like Luffy, Chop and Usopp to behave themselves. The trust he has shown from Nekomamushi shows that this mink must be respected. That is why he's entrusted on this voyage. For me, it does change my opinion about him. As you remember from my video back in November 2015, that he was the traitor on Zou. If he remained there, then everything would set things up, but he left Zou, so who's the traitor now? One of the strongest minks on board with Luffy, and if he was to be a Nakama, that would not be a bad thing. But are they unique enough to be part of the crew? The minks have a trump card, and if that trump was to be the Were-Minks, which I stated back in November, then that would make things interesting. Carrot would look like a Lapin, the name of a giant race of carnivorous rabbits residing at Drum Island who are protective of their young. They have the strength and physique of a bear, but they retain the nimbleness of a normal rabbit. Lapins attack by smashing their paws into the ground like fists or biting with their sharp fangs. They can use their weight to hop in one place and cause an avalanche. But then again, wouldn't it be too similar to Chopper's awakening form? Theories have come where the minks on board would eat the snow devil fruit, which is on board the Strawhats ship. But if that was to come true, is Monet really dead? In SBS 77, it was confirmed that Monet was 17 and Sugar was 9, was saved by Doflamingo from a terrible environment and had the resolve to give up their lives for the family. Why would this revelation be made if Monet was already dead? The Snow Rabbit attack against Shigi and on the waves makes an interesting foreshadow. It'll be interesting where Oda goes with these two minks, Carrot to join, Pedro to join, or both to join. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, please subscribe if you haven't and leave a like.